Melcher and Rosenthal Financial Group. We handle your money so you don't have to. Are you a famous Hollywood star with absolutely no understanding of contracts, taxes, investments, or basic survival instincts? Well, relax, sweetheart. At Melcher and Rosenthal Financial Group, we specialize in taking hardworking celebrities and transforming them into exhausted emotional husks with absolutely no idea where their money went. Why worry about your finances when we can worry about them for you? Our patented Hollywood asset conversion system helps turn your blockbuster movie salary into failed oil wells, empty bank accounts, IRS investigations, nervous breakdowns, and mysterious offshore investment opportunities connected to men named Sal from Cicero. But wait, there's more. Sign over your power of attorney today and receive a forged television contract, 3 panic attacks a week, complimentary insomnia, 1 emotionally manipulative husband, and a free Beverly Hills lawyer who bills you for destroying your life. Still not convinced? Listen to this satisfied customer. I worked 14-hour days for 20 years and somehow ended up broke anyway. Totally not Doris Day. At Melcher and Rosenthal Financial Group, we believe your money belongs where it matters most, in somebody else's pocket. So call today. Operators are standing by in a smoke-filled office somewhere between Beverly Hills and Chicago. And remember what? You don't need talent to become rich in Hollywood. You just need access to somebody else's talent. Disclaimer. Melcher and Rosenthal Financial Group is not responsible for lawsuits, mob debts, shell corporations, forged signatures, emotional collapse, federal audits, nervous twitching, phantom investors, disappearing assets, or sudden urges to flee Los Angeles forever. Disclaimer. The following documentary is based on publicly available historical records, court documents, media reporting, biographies, financial litigation, industry accounts, and allegations, rumors, and suspicions that circulated within Hollywood and organized crime circles during the time period discussed. Certain sections explore reported connections between entertainment industry financial structures, high-risk investment schemes, and individuals allegedly associated with organized crime figures such as Tony Accardo. Some claims remain disputed, unproven, speculative, or based on historical commentary and contemporary rumors, rather than definitive criminal convictions. This documentary is presented as a narrative examination of power, celebrity exploitation, financial manipulation, and the culture surrounding mid-20th century Hollywood. Interpretations expressed within this production reflect storytelling analysis and historical discussion surrounding the events and individuals involved. No statement should be interpreted as a formal accusation of criminal conduct beyond what has been publicly documented, litigated, or historically reported. Viewer discretion is advised.
Pizzaverse Studios presents a Palermo Productions original documentary. The Smile That Paid the Mob. The Hidden Destruction of Doris Day. Written by Bambi Palermo. Narrated by Vincent DiPrio. Hollywood sold America a fantasy. A perfect blonde smile. Perfect dresses. Perfect songs. Perfect happy endings. But behind the bright Technicolor lights stood a woman being financially harvested like a machine. This is not the story Hollywood tells. This is the story of a superstar trapped inside a corporate extortion racket tied to the shadow economy of organized crime. This is the story of how Tony Accardo never had to threaten Doris Day directly to control her life. Because when you own the debt, you own the person. The corporate mobster. Tony Accardo did not resemble the movie version of a gangster. He was not loud. He was not reckless. He did not want newspaper headlines. Al Capone belonged to another era. Accardo represented something colder, smarter, more dangerous. He transformed the Chicago outfit from a violent street organization into a corporate criminal empire. Violence attracted attention. Accounting created invisibility. Accardo understood leverage better than bullets. The outfit expanded into unions, casinos, construction, trucking, hotels, laundering operations, and shell corporations. Las Vegas required mountains of clean money. Casinos generated mountains of dirty money. The outfit needed lawyers, bankers, investors, business managers, men who could move money without attracting the FBI. That is where Hollywood entered the equation. Because Hollywood did not just create movies. Hollywood created cash flow. The man who owned Doris Day. While Accardo built an empire in the shadows, Doris Day became America's sweetheart in the spotlight. She was one of the biggest stars on Earth. The public saw glamour. The studio saw revenue. Doris Day focused entirely on performance. She learned lines, sang songs, hit marks. She trusted the people around her to handle the financial side of her life. That trust became the doorway to catastrophe. A man named Martin Melcher entered her world. Melcher was ambitious, manipulative, and obsessed with control. He did not simply want to manage a star. He wanted ownership. He isolated Doris from advisors, alienated her from friends, positioned himself as her protector. Then he took everything. Power of attorney, contracts, bank accounts, financial authority. Doris Day became the labor source powering Martin Melcher's fantasy empire. And Melcher was nowhere near intelligent enough to manage what he was trying to build. The lawyer in the shadows. Melcher partnered with a Beverly Hills attorney named Jerome Rosenthal. Rosenthal looked respectable. Expensive suits, luxury offices, sophisticated language. But underneath the polished exterior sat a machine built on greed. Rosenthal promised explosive investment returns, tax shelters, massive growth, financial expansion. Together, Melcher and Rosenthal began gambling Doris Day's fortune. Oil ventures, hotel projects, dummy corporations, speculative investments. They bypassed stable investments because stability was too slow. Greed moves fast. And fast money inevitably led them into the orbit of organized crime. Because many of these investment opportunities were fronts connected to the financial machinery of the Chicago outfit. Clean studio money entered the system. Dirty syndicate money disappeared out the other side. and Doris Day never understood she had become the fuel source. The debt. The investments collapsed. Oil wells failed. Hotels bled money. Corporations imploded. Millions vanished. But in organized crime, failure does not erase obligation. The outfit demanded restitution. Tony Accardo looked at the situation like a businessman examining inventory. Martin Melcher owed massive sums of money. But Martin Melcher controlled Doris Day. That changed everything. Killing Melcher would attract federal scrutiny. Keeping him alive and terrified guaranteed income. So the outfit applied pressure. Not screaming threats. Not machine guns. Not kidnappings. Pressure. The kind that sits in your chest at 3 in the morning. The kind that makes men stop sleeping. Melcher and Rosenthal had one solution. Make Doris work harder. The assembly line. Doris Day stopped being an actress. She became industrial machinery. Cheap romantic comedies. Back-to-back productions. 14-hour workdays. No rest. No recovery. No control. If a studio offered a paycheck, Melcher signed the contract. Doris had no say. The checks went directly into Rosenthal-controlled accounts. Fees were skimmed. Debts were serviced. Shadow obligations were quietly paid. Millions passed through Doris Day's hands. Almost none of it stayed there. She lived on an allowance while her labor financed an invisible underworld debt. Her health collapsed. Chronic exhaustion. Panic attacks. Insomnia. Shortness of breath. Studio doctors patched her together with tranquilizers and injections, then shoved her back under the lights. The films looked cheerful. Pastel wardrobes. Luxury apartments. Playful romance. Meanwhile, the woman inside those films was psychologically imploding. That is the grotesque contradiction of Hollywood. The brighter the illusion, the darker the machinery behind it. The hostage who smiled. Nobody around her understood what was happening. Actors admired her professionalism. Audiences adored her. America saw happiness. Nobody saw captivity. Every ticket sold helped sustain the machine. Every soundtrack album helped feed the debt. Doris Day unknowingly became collateral trapped inside a financial laundering network connected to organized crime. Melcher tightened control. He intercepted mail, monitored phone calls, fired loyal employees, restricted access to advisors. He understood one terrifying reality. If Doris Day ever learned the truth, everything collapsed. So he kept her exhausted. Exhausted people do not investigate. Exhausted people survive. The collapse of Martin Melcher. By 1968, the pressure was destroying Melcher himself. He chain-smoked constantly, paced floors at night, snapped at everyone around him. His body began failing. But Martin Melcher distrusted traditional medicine. He delayed treatment until it was too late. His appendix ruptured. His health spiraled beyond recovery. On April 20th, 1968, Martin Melcher died. Doris Day stood in a hospital corridor believing she was mourning a successful husband and powerful executive. She had no idea the entire empire was fake. Within days, reality detonated. Bank accounts were empty. Safe deposit boxes contained nothing. Tax debts piled up. Millions had vanished. Forensic accountants uncovered systematic financial devastation. Not bad bookkeeping. Not carelessness. Plunder. Doris Day had been stripped clean. The forged contract. Then came the final betrayal. Inside Melcher's desk sat a contract with CBS. Doris Day stared at the signature. It was hers. Except it wasn't. Melcher had forged her name. He had secretly committed her to a television series she explicitly never wanted to do. Why? Because he needed one final massive cash advance to keep the creditors satisfied. He sold her future to pay for his past. And legally, Doris was trapped. CBS had already paid. The IRS was circling. Rosenthal still demanded money. The underworld debt still lingered in the background. She had two choices. Total collapse, or go back to work. So Doris Day walked onto the CBS lot and smiled. The hostage video. The Doris Day Show premiered in 1968. America loved it. Millions tuned in every week. The public saw comfort, warmth, familiarity. They had no idea they were watching a woman fighting for financial survival in real time. Every episode became ransom payment. During the day, she filmed sitcom scenes. At night, she met with lawyers trying to untangle years of fraud. She fired Rosenthal, filed lawsuits, launched war against the men who destroyed her life. Rosenthal fought viciously. Countersuits, smear campaigns, delay tactics. The system protects its own, especially when money disappears into places nobody wants exposed. The courtroom war. The lawsuit became one of the largest financial battles Hollywood had ever seen. Forensic accountants dissected Rosenthal's empire, and the evidence was devastating. Conflicts of interest, fraudulent transactions, unauthorized transfers, shell corporations. The money trail led directly into high-risk ventures populated by figures tied to the Chicago outfit. Rosenthal operated as a bridge between Hollywood wealth and organized crime laundering structures. Clean money entered. Dirty systems absorbed it. Doris Day paid the price. On September 18, 1974, Judge Lester E. Olson delivered a ruling that obliterated Rosenthal. The court found fraud, legal malpractice, breach of fiduciary duty, systematic exploitation. Rosenthal had treated Doris Day like a private bank account. The judgment exceeded $22 million. At the time, it was one of the largest civil judgments in California history. The press celebrated it as a triumph. But paper victories do not restore stolen decades. Most of the money was already gone, burned through shell companies, lost in collapsed ventures, washed through syndicate networks. Doris won the case, but she never recovered what was truly taken.
Chicago. A city built on steel, sweat, and guys who asked very uncomfortable questions. Back in the day, if somebody owed money, skipped out on a debt, or suddenly forgot how to speak English when the boss asked a question, well, let's just say the Chicago outfit had a system. Now you can bring a little of that legendary problem-solving power into your own home. Introducing the Chicago Outfit Truth Extraction Kit. That's right. For the low price of 3 easy payments of $19.29, because around here we respect tradition, you'll receive everything you need to turn any awkward conversation into a full confession. Inside every kit you'll find the Cicero conversation chair. Comfortable and sturdy, and positioned directly under the bright light of truth. The deluxe rubber hose. Perfect for encouraging honesty at family poker games. And of course, the Chicago Outfit Ledger Notebook. Because when somebody says they'll pay you tomorrow, you write that down. But wait, there's more. Order now and we'll include the emergency alibi generator. Just spin the wheel and instantly receive a classic Chicago excuse like, I was at church. I was with my cousin Tony. I never even heard of that guy. Or the all-time favorite. What murder? Thousands of satisfied customers are already talking. Mostly because the kit works. So the next time someone tells you, I swear, I don't know nothing, just smile, lean in close. And remember what Chicago taught us all. Everybody talks eventually. The Chicago Outfit Truth Extraction Kit. Available now. Exclusively from Pizzaverse Studios and Palermo Productions. Because sometimes you gotta solve problems. Chicago style.
The years they stole. That is the part Hollywood never talks about. The mob did not steal Doris Day's fame. They stole her time. The 1950s. The 1960s. The prime years of her life. Years of exhaustion. Fear. Forced labor. Psychological captivity. There is no courtroom capable of returning stolen youth. No judge can restore 20 years of exploitation. That damage remains permanent. And Doris Day understood something horrifying by the end of it all. Hollywood and organized crime were not opposites. They were neighboring businesses. One sold fantasy. The other sold fear. Both profited from control. Escape from Hollywood. When her television contract ended in 1973, Doris Day walked away forever. No renewal. No comeback tour. No grand Hollywood return. She left Los Angeles behind. She relocated to Carmel by the Sea and built a private life centered around animal welfare and isolation from the industry machine. Hollywood later tried to pull her back. Honorary awards. Lifetime achievement tributes. Television appearances. She rejected most of them. Because Doris Day understood something the public never did. The same industry celebrating her legacy had ignored her suffering while it was happening. she owed Hollywood nothing. The final truth. Tony Accardo died a free man in 1992. No prison sentence. No dramatic downfall. He spent his final years wealthy and comfortable. That is the uncomfortable truth about corporate organized crime. The loud criminals get arrested. The quiet ones retire. Doris Day died in 2019 at the age of 97. Most obituaries reduce the financial destruction of her life to money troubles caused by her husband. That description is a joke. This was not ordinary financial mismanagement. This was celebrity exploitation fused with organized crime, hidden behind contracts, shell corporations, and legal paperwork. Doris Day survived. But survival is not justice. Because the greatest theft was never the money. It was the life consumed paying the debt. Hollywood taught America that fame creates freedom. The story of Doris Day proves the opposite. Sometimes the brightest stars are the easiest people to trap. Because if somebody controls the contracts, the lawyers, the bank accounts, they do not need chains. The audience watched her smile for decades without realizing they were watching a woman trying to survive a sophisticated financial hostage situation. And the most terrifying part? Most of the people profiting from it never touched a weapon. They only touched paperwork. If you enjoyed this documentary and want more deep dives into the hidden machinery behind Hollywood, organized crime, corruption, psychological warfare, and the stories history tried to sanitize, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Here in the Pizzaverse, we don't just repeat headlines. We tear apart the illusion. From mob empires and political scandals to celebrity exploitation and the dark systems hiding behind the cameras, we dig into the stories most people are too afraid to touch. Hit the like button. Drop your thoughts in the comments. And ring that notification bell so you don't miss the next documentary. Because around here, we follow the money. And the money always leads somewhere ugly. Thank you for watching this Pizzaverse Studios and Palermo Productions original documentary on Doris Day and the hidden financial nightmare that consumed the prime years of her life. Stories like this matter because they remind people that power rarely looks the way Hollywood pretends it does. Sometimes the real monsters are not standing in alleys with guns. Sometimes they're sitting in law offices, boardrooms, and executive suites, signing contracts while somebody else pays the price. We appreciate every single one of you for supporting independent storytelling, independent research, and documentaries that are willing to go into uncomfortable territory. Until next time, stay sharp, stay questioning, and remember, the truth usually hides behind the paperwork. Doris Day, America's favorite sunshine blonde who spent decades smiling through one of the nastiest financial ambushes in Hollywood history. Worked herself into exhaustion while everybody around her treated her bank account like an all-you-can-eat buffet. Tony Accardo, the quiet businessman version of a mob boss. Didn't scream, didn't wave guns around, didn't need dramatics. Just allegedly turned organized crime into a Fortune 500 company with corpses in the bookkeeping department. Martin Melcher. The guy who looked at one of the biggest stars in the world and thought, you know what this woman needs? Financial ruin and 73 shell corporations. Hollywood husband, part-time control freak, full-time disaster factory. Jerome Rosenthal, Beverly Hills lawyer allegedly operating like a human laundering machine in a $1,000 suit. Proof that sometimes the scariest mob associate in the room is the guy holding a briefcase instead of a revolver. Rock Hudson, charming leading man, Hollywood icon, and one half of cinema's happiest on-screen couple. Meanwhile, off-screen, Doris was fighting panic attacks and IRS notices. Real upbeat operation they had going over there. Cary Grant, smooth, elegant, sophisticated. Basically the human version of a perfectly tailored tuxedo. Probably had no clue half of Hollywood accounting looked like a mob casino ledger scribbled on a napkin.
A town where everyone's got a script and nobody's telling the truth. There's only one thing more powerful than talent: perception. You ever notice that, huh? Guy can't act, can't write, can't even hold a damn coffee cup, right? But somehow, he's the next big thing. Yeah, welcome to Hollywood, sweetheart. Introducing the Hollywood Reputation Rewrite. The only all-in-one system designed to turn your complete disaster of a career into an award-winning illusion. What's in the box? Oh, I'm glad you asked. The Crisis Vanisher Spray. Got a scandal? Spray it once. Boom. Now it's a misunderstanding. The Paparazzi Summoner app. You don't chase fame anymore. Fame chases you. Even if you're just picking up a latte looking like a bum. The Method Acting Excuse Kit. Acting weird? Rude? Completely out of your mind? Relax. You're not unstable. You're committed to the craft. The award season whisperer. Don't worry about performances. We got relationships. A few dinners, a couple favors. Next thing you know, you're crying on stage holding a statue you didn't earn. Beautiful thing. The image rebrand button. One click. You go from problematic train wreck to the redo brave voice of a generation. Like magic. See, in this town, it ain't about what you did. It's about what people believe you did. So why leave your reputation to chance, huh? When you can control the narrative like a real professional. The Hollywood Reputation Rewrite. Because in Hollywood, the truth don't matter. But your publicist? Oh, that's everything. Side effects may include ego inflation, fake humility, sudden activism, mysterious accent changes, and an uncontrollable urge to thank your team. Hollywood, baby! Where even the lies got agents.
You've heard of that girl? It's like she tries to be, but she's not. You seen her hair?
I seen her hair.
Wig. Look, just like how I'm dressed right now.
Girl, you look exactly like her.
Over here.
You can be her, look, you can be her.
Look at me, I look like her.
Just say a random word. You got it. I could never.
I could never.
I will never let a dude that lie to himself come and lie to my face and believe it. I don't gotta kick it with you to know you ain't shit. Trust me, I seen it. I done got up in my bag and ain't getting out till I break and I bust out the seams. Got a little something about me. I got a team and I got me a family to feed. And I really got a bone to pick with anybody that be trying to be my competition. Start with closing your legs, then close your fist. And it just self in the face. I don't even know you hoes exist. You should focus on bread. That's what you're supposed to get. But you focus on me, so you broke as shit. All them thirst trap pics, you still broke as shit. Goddamn, could never be you, huh? Could never be you. Could never be me. No, it can never be you. Never be me, huh? It can never be you. Could never be me, huh? It can never be you. Why do you bitches love saying could never be me, but it really could never be you? You be so happy to brag that, but in fact that seems like terrible news. And apparently you really arrogant too. I'd be scared to share it, that's embarrassing you. You could never be this rich, real ass bitch, pretty as a bitch get, and I never met you. But judging by the way you spending your time, it's 11 p.m. and you hating online. And I looked at your page, what did I find? You posted your man, he doesn't reply. Cause you have the memes that the hoes only post whenever they go through it with someone they love. Same time, you be posting your saddies, the same time you be posting the club. Can never be you. Could never be you. Could never be you, huh? It could never be you. It could never be you, huh? It could never be you. Bitch, it could never be you, huh? It could never be you. I'm well aware that real bitches outnumbered, cause all you little clones exist. Real bitch, I can't help but wonder, why there no common sense? Cause we look similar but opposite. I don't take the time to be talking shit. I am way too busy for commenting anything that's not dope or positive. How you hate on women but dog dudes dick when the dudes you hard I do not give shits about you, your love, or your dollars spent. He want him a baddie on some model shit, cause he also got esteem problems and all the validation you offer him. Don't mean shit to him, you little box-shaped bitch, but you hating on me, that does not make sense. And you trying to be a bad bitch, but you ain't getting that a bad bitch start by being a real bitch. Real bitches ain't hating on bitches that make chips. You buy all the right things, still come off basic. It's the same type of girl that say it's not it, sis, when really it is it. It's just that you isn't, you lacking the vision. We look at shit different, cause you follow transcend. I literally transcend, but shit, it can never be you, huh? Could never be you. Could never be me. No, it can never be you. Never be me, huh? It can never be you. Could never be me, huh? It can never be you.